deeper into this topical discussion. Welcome back from the elections, and I think we'd love to hear from you. How was it on your side?
Congratulations, Uganda. This season has been unprecedented. Very many eyes on Uganda, and I congratulate Uganda upon coming through this season. We are almost out of it, and I congratulate the government, congratulate those who won. Some of my parishioners were in the races, and some lost, but some won. So we are celebrating with those who won, and also comforting those who lost, and encouraging them, knowing that the world still has many opportunities for us. And so for us in Nakawa West, where I come from, it was peaceful. Things went really well. The Tally Center has had a bit of unrest here and there. But by and large, I think we are getting out successfully. And we have challenges to deal with. These we have always had, and we must continue dealing with them. The voices are loud out there. We yearn for peace across the board. You know, some people should not celebrate peace when peace is only in their camp. They should also listen to other voices who are demanding things which we can actually give. And therefore we thank God we are moving, and let us continue listening to one another and moving Uganda forward.
Great. We wanted to hear also from the religious leaders. We know when they see in callers, they think maybe you have no engagement in what is happening into the country, but it's one of the beautiful information you've given unto us. Now, back to our topical discussion. How do you define leisure management, and why is it an important aspect of holistic growth, especially in today's fast-paced world? Especially
leisure. Let's begin with God himself. In Genesis, he worked hard for 6 days, and in Genesis 2:2 we read that on the seventh day he finished all he had done and he rested. I say that he went into leisure. He went into that mode where he is not engaged in the very activities he has been at for the last 6 days. I also want to give justification to this topic even as I get into the definitions. You see, leisure is very important for us today. Let me give you two major reasons. Number one is that the mental health challenges in Uganda and all over the world have increased. And the world is pointing us to pay attention to mental health. And part of the reason why mental health is degenerating is because of mismanagement of leisure. People are working without rest. People are overworking themselves, whether working themselves in useful work or in leisure mismanagement, and they are getting nuts. When you go to Butabika Hospital, you'll find people there who are not mad per se. They only have mental illnesses, which are a result of leisure mismanagement. A whole drug unit is there. A whole unit of rehabilitating those who have had addictions of different kinds. So mental health is very important for us, and therefore paying attention to how we manage leisure becomes very important. Now the second reason I want to give as justification for this topic is that increasingly our world is a world of abundance. There are articles and books by Peter H. Diamandis and his friends who are pointing us to a world of abundance. There is abundance in the area of peace, although we still have wars all over the place. But there is much more peace today than there was 100 years ago. There is abundance in the area of education. That is my niche. Abundance in the area of education. Now we are not short of schools. You people here at Church of Uganda Family TV have so many adverts of schools, so many schools. Now with that kind of abundance, and even abundance in terms of activities which people can do, you find that people will not choose a school just because it offers academics. But they'll choose a school because it pays attention to leisure management. And also, students will not just do subjects which the parents are forcing them to do. Some of us did that. Some of you did that. The parents said you were going to do this and you must do it, and you were caned for not doing it, and you had to do it. If you failed, then something else came up. But now we are in the age where many children, many students will want something they enjoy. And so there is a fusion between career and leisure. There are many who are now saying, I want to be a footballer. I want to be a footballer. I want to be a movie actor. I want to be a musician. There are many who simply want to do what they enjoy.
Yes.
And so there is a crossing between leisure as leisure and leisure as career.
Yes.
And so every school, every teacher, every school director must pay attention to this topic of leisure management, because for some people it could be their career, but also for some people their job is their leisure. Okay. And so there is a way in which, for me, when I'm cutting mathematical equations, bulldozing those quadratic equations and those cubic equations, I feel good. I'm telling you, whenever I'm scrolling in my TikTok or something and I meet a problem, I said, let me enjoy this one. So that's why I think this topic is very important. Yes. But when we talk about leisure, of course, we are talking about that free time, relaxed time when someone is not engaged in their usual hard life activities. Yes. We can go both to dictionary where we read about relaxing, doing things that you enjoy, free, unoccupied time where a person may indulge in recreation. Those are dictionary meanings. And then in the Bible, having heard about God resting on the seventh day, there is also a commandment in Exodus, a commandment about the Sabbath, which comes from God resting on the seventh day, and it encourages us to take some leisure time. And then we also read an outing. There is an outing that David talked about in Psalm 23, verse number 2, when he said, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. In verse 3 says, he makes me lie down in green pastures. He refreshes my soul. That is leisure. So I can go on and on, but let me stop there for now.
Looking at the part of mental illness, I think it's one of the most crucial thing that Uganda is really grappling with, most especially among the young people. When we talk about leisure management, I think the majority who are victims to this are the young people.
Yes.
So what is your thought about that? And how are you dealing with this, most especially since you are dealing with the education sector?
Yes.
That the students at schools, wherever they are, and so many other things, and being the chaplain who is overseeing these youths at the chapel, yes. How are you finding ways of how you can deal with this matter?
Well, that is a good question, and I want to really assure those who are listening to us that Reverend Emmanuel Mwesigo is committed to young people, educating them at school, at Shoma, visiting them in other schools, wherever they are, those who come to the chapel, training them for confirmation, baptizing them, having events with them. That is my passion. I want to do that even beyond retirement. It is my job today, it's my job in retirement until I go to my grave. So young people need us. The first thing is that they need people who love them, who are committed to them, people to whom they can run and ask questions, people to whom they can run and debrief some of the things that they are battling with. Young people, sometimes they want to do what they enjoy, but they are not aware of the dangers of overdoing it. So they're not. Sometimes they are mentally aware. In the mind, they are aware, but they have not marshaled the power to overcome the things which they know in their minds. A young person can tell you what the dangers of screen addiction are. They can tell you, no, screens are bad. They do this. They do this. They can tell you. But the power to desist from over scrolling and keeping on the screen, that power they don't have. They need a man, they need a woman to whom they can run and whom they can listen to. But do you know that these young people will also tell that, our mother is too lenient. Our father is too lenient. He can let you go and scroll and this teacher is so lenient. Why doesn't he come and grab the gadget from me? They do all those things. So what I am doing, number one, is to raise awareness among staff, school staff, among parents, wherever I go, whether in Shoma or other schools. I will talk to parents as much as I can, to staff as much as I can, to chaplains, that we should be interested in these young people. so that there can be a connection. They are able to come to us. We are able to engage with them, so that we communicate to them and empower them to manage leisure properly. So one of the things that is very important is for us not to just talk about the dangers of leisure mismanagement, but to create good leisure activities. Create good leisure activities. At Shoma Christian Academy, we've got to have, we have a whole scale. We engage in music, we engage in sports. Now we engage in agriculture, which is both learning for economic productivity, but also leisure. People will be interested in seeing, how does a carrot grow? How does a chicken actually feed and grow into a real chicken? Engaging in agricultural activities, which are both economic activities, career activities, but also leisure activities. And when we talk about jogging and keeping physically fit, which is very important, not just jogging in the school. Sometimes we'll say, okay, let's jog outside the school and have the mind refresh and change the environment and ensure that leisure is well managed. Now, there are routine activities which are very important, but there are also events. Events like the cultural day that we always hold every year in the school. We allow students to come in cultural attire. Yes, not coming in the uniform which they're used to. Now, in the cultural attire, things change a bit, and they have some entertainment which is fresh. They do the catwalks, they do the pictures, they talk about the different cultures. Some of them have never seen this cultural wear of the neighbors. Of the Karimojong. So they see, hey, you guys, where are you from? Are you from Mars? So the events like school trips. When we are designing school trips, we're not just designing something to go out. We look at academic empowerment, exposure. We'll talk about things out there. We'll also have leisure. We will see those waterfalls at Sipi. We will see the mineral water which is coming from Rwenzori Mountains. I remember that trip where we took water without boiling it because it's just pure mineral water straight from the rocks of the Rwenzoris. So there will be a leisure activity which spans a few days and will impact these children positively. We will go into places which have no network. So that people have no access to their phones, they have no access to internet, they are in lockdown and they are enjoying it. So we are really intentional when we're dealing with young people. Number one, to ensure that there is a bridging of the gap, bringing them close, participating with them and debriefing with them. But secondly, designing both routine and event activities that really give them constructive leisure work, leisure tasks.
Interesting. Looking at the part of idleness with leisure, many people I think try to confuse that too. Maybe you can give us a difference, and how can one be able to manage purposefully the leisure rather than making it to be wasted?
Yes. You see, God has not given us any resource to waste. Every resource we have is useful productively. And so even sleep is not wasted time. No. God speaks to us in the sleep. He has visited people and spoken in dreams and actually unlocked very many problems. It was in his sleep that the Pharaoh dreamt about the 7 very healthy cows. And then other 7 very malnourished cows came and ate the 7 cows. It was during sleep. So sleep is not to be mismanaged and as just a waste of time. You don't say, now it's my Sabbath, it's my rest day, and so you go and sit home and do nothing. It's not about idleness. It's about recreation. And the word recreation is very interesting. Creation, recreation, creating again. There is a creating of freshness, of new energy, new power that must happen during leisure time. And a detailed study of the word Sabbath will point us exactly to that. So friends, when we talk about leisure and we say leisure is important, we are not promoting idleness. We are saying break out of the routine activities you are always engaged in and have a refresher, a recreation using other activities. Now in the church, When we say it is Sunday, no work, and I know many who have come from those cultures, will know that on Sunday you don't go to the garden, you don't do the usual work. But you don't sit at home either.
Yes.
You go to church,
yes.
and you clap hands and you dance to the Lord and you listen to God's word and you help out somebody and you go visiting someone and you help them have a freshness in their life. So it is not idleness. Instead, it is using the resources God has given us to have you yourself recreated, but also someone else in your neighborhood, in your reach, recreated.
Look at the part of academics now.
Yes.
Since now we are resuming back to schools very soon, schools will be opened. Looking at some schools whereby their academic pressure is so high, and there are some schools whereby they have so much emphasis on the activities, and you're going to find out that the students of ours, some may be good in the academics, I mean, they may not be doing good, maybe in this part of activities, sports, or so many other things, but you're going to find out there is imbalancing of the two. So how can this be dealt with, especially when it comes to some of the students? When it comes to these leisure times, they are so good about it. When it comes to the education, they're so poor about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Friends, this life is a journey of discovering where you are best.
Yes.
And where the niche, that very thing that you really must harness.
Yes.
And that's why at Shoma Christian Academy, we emphasize individualized education.
Okay.
We have many group activities, but we emphasize the individualized activities.
Okay.
Our curriculum, the ACE curriculum, is really designed for individualization, individualized study. But even if you are doing another curriculum, paying attention to the individual is very important. And to be honest with the parents and with the individual is very important.
Yes.
Yes, as you have described it, Rita, there are people who will be faster in one subject and slower in others.
Right.
When I was in school, I was faster in the sciences.
Okay.
Very fast. But when I grew up, I'm now faster in the arts.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love dissecting history.
Okay.
And right now, if you take me to the French Revolution, I will take you maybe faster than I will take you when I'm discussing light in physics. So the people who are faster in some areas, and this happens even during school time. You may find that in their early years, they are faster in some areas, then later they are faster in a different area completely.
Yeah.
People pick up career and leisure activities differently at different times of their life. So the first thing I must underscore is individualized attention.
Okay.
You yourself as an individual, as a student, you need to pay attention to yourself and really know that these areas, I'm very fast, I'm quick at them. Give them your all. The ones where you are slower, those which are still compulsory, now make that extra effort. Ask for the support from the staff and the colleague students so that you are not lagging behind, because there is a minimum. Both in ACE and in Uganda curriculum and any other curriculum, there are minimums. Up to general level, there are some things which are compulsory. We cannot dodge them. Now, for the school staff and we the parents, there is a very important thing that we must acknowledge, that when you force someone into something which is very good and important, you may not actually achieve it. So what is important for us, in addition to having individualized attention, is to know the methods by which we may encourage this bookworm, the one who likes books and books and books, always in books. Maybe you have not given them a recreation activity which interests them.
Right.
You're always in the football and in the netball. Maybe for them they want chess. They want checkers. Maybe for them they want to take a walk somewhere far. And if you have not created something which will interest them, you've not given them the needle and the thread to knit so that they are occupied in a leisure activity, but something which suits them. It could be the missing gap. So when you are dealing with that child who is always in the books, you also ask yourself, why are they not going out to play? But have you created all the options which could interest them?
Okay.
But then there is also the problem of this teachers who will pump the children, pump them again in the prep time at night, in morning preps. Teachers, I know that competition is real.
Yes.
I know the pressure is real, but also the health of the students is important.
Yes. Yes.
Let us strike a balance.
Okay.
I'm sure that even the one who did not go to that top school where you want them to go, even that person has made it. And so it's a hard gospel to preach, but I must preach it. I can actually give you a testimony.
Okay.
But my personally, I went to the top schools, the ones who are called the top schools. I did. King's College Budo, I was there.
Nice.
Namiliango College, I was there. But while I was there, I made the hypothesis. I said, it seems it's not about the school. It's about just individual effort.
Yeah.
So I experimented on my brother.
Okay.
Yeah. I took him to a mushrooming school.
Okay.
You don't know it. It's not popular. It's not on the map.
Mushrooming school.
Yeah, I took him to Tender Talents Magnet School. It's in Kasangati.
Can imagine.
And my hypothesis was, any school, as long as the person is bright and puts in effort, he made it for his O level, and for his A level, he was admitted on merit to King's College Budo.
Great.
And so my hypothesis was proven many years ago. So my children have not gone to the King's College Budos and they have gone to Shoma Christian Academy, and they are doing it very well. And this is not just my story, it's the story of many others.
Yes.
I'm only trying to talk against the unnecessary academic pressure. All in the name of top schools.
Yes.
Friends, let's be cognizant of the health of these children. And for sure, these top schools only have limited vacancies.
That's right.
The population of Uganda is very big. That's why we cannot all go to Budo. We cannot all go to Gayaza. We've got to spread out and make life work in those places where God has put us. Therefore, let the academic responsibility remain without unnecessary pressure. Let us be mindful of the mental health of our children, of the balance that they need, knowing that some of them will make it through the history and geography and economics, but others will actually make it through the football and the playing of the guitar, which I do, and the other leisure activities. Some of them will make it through agriculture, which they have not even learned in class, but they have observed, and God has triggered that talent He put in them, and they'll be able to make the business work, make that trade happen. Yes.
Interesting. Looking at the part of the parenthood, most especially in the Gen Z world that we are in apparently, looking at the social media handles, social media's the screens being on the top, are trending for all our youths and the young children, and looking at the practical ways.
Yes.
How can the parents be able to manage or guide their children regarding their leisure time? Because you're going to find out the majority of these children, even at the age of 10, 12, 13 years and whatever it could be, they have the screen smartphones and they're scrolling on the social media handles, doing this and this because they know they have nothing to do about it. So the parents who are busy with their work, who are busy with so many other activities, what practical ways can be able to do to ensure that they guide this?
Yeah, that's the danger of being rich. In Kampala, we are rich. For us in the village, you had to go and look for the firewood. You had to go to the well and fetch the water some 1.5 kilometers away. Or maybe if you were lucky in living near the swamp, maybe 0.5 kilometer or 1 kilometer. Then you had to sweep the house yourselves. There was no maid. You had to go and cultivate the food and then fetch the food for to cook it. So there was a lot of activity, which at that time we thought it was hard and difficult. But it turns out it gave us good physical exercise. It gave us a good way to manage our time. It gave us a good routine, and it built us. It built resilience in us. Now today, I stay in Chambogo. I don't have a garden there. There is no forest where children should go and fetch firewood. I have gas and all these other cooking fuels. So it is a real challenge. I start with myself and my wife. And then I go to my colleague parents. And I don't want to say we are hopeless. We have hope. There are things we can do. There are things we can do. And we can talk with our children and look for those things. You know what I did at the beginning of this holiday?
Okay.
I told my children, you know what, you guys, tell me your activities for this holiday. They said, we don't know. They told me one each. I said, no, you go and use AI and get many activities. Yes. These guys know AI.
Oh, yes.
You want to hide it from them, they know it.
They know it.
So they went to AI and came up with activities. I said, okay, now let's measure them, let's set goals. And they set the goals. Of course, they've not been keeping everything exactly, but we had something to start with, so that someone is not just sitting on the screen, directionless, without supervision of the parents. So it's important that parents pay attention and their activities. Even if you are in the city center, there are activities that we can put in place to manage the leisure of our children. Some of the children can take readings loudly, pretend to be a reader and read a news article, read it aloud, see the accent, see the intonation and all those things. We've been doing some of those activities.
Great.
When there is a good camp, the church has organized, send them to the camp and say, when you come back from the camp, you will tell me what you learned on the day X and on day Y and on day Z. And then you'll tell me the friends you made. You'll tell me the conversations you had. When I'm going to places, there are places I go and I don't go alone. I'll either go with some of the children or one of them or all of them, and coach them before we go. There is a party that happened and family friends invited us. It was a graduation party. And my wife and I couldn't go because we had another parallel function. And the children surprised us. They told us, you know what, you guys are not going, but for us we want to go. I said, okay, now you write the speech. So they had to work out the speech, rehearse the speech. Eventually they didn't give the speech. But it was a good exercise that they went through and they went and represented us and they had a good time and interacted. So we parents, we need to pay attention. And when we think about it, we will get solutions, we will get the options, we will engage with these children and be able to come up with activities which can build them. Of course, we can leave them some time for their own leisure, but not just leave it all to them. Instead, leave some of it to them, some of it we must monitor, debrief, manage, and participate, and ensure that we are present parents.
Present parents.
And even at school, it follows. There are those times after classes. I know that some schools will put activities for every minute, but there are schools where you have a few minutes just for leisure, and it's good to develop responsibility among the students so that they can be able to report back. There is what we call a book report. At Shoma Christian Academy, many SAE schools have this book report. Something you've read in your leisure. Now tell us, what did you read? And they come and tell us an oral report. It can be oral, it can be written, but a report about your leisure. Maybe you went visiting, maybe you went for this trip, maybe you went for this activity at another church nearby. We take them at Shoma Kasanje, we will take these students to visit maybe the sub-county offices or to visit the health center nearby. They have to come and tell us, what did you learn? What did you observe? Oh, I saw this child who was sick like this. I thank God for the gift of life. They will go to the prison. Say, we saw prisoners. We saw those warders. Things is very serious. I will be careful. They told us this one broke this law. This one broke this law. And so they will be careful. They will learn things, but they will learn them even better when they are given chance to debrief, chance to report back, chance to give feedback.
Finally, as we're coming to a close, what is your final message to Ugandans when it comes to embracing the leisure management as a pathway to the balanced living? Talk about the strong faith and sustainable success.
I'd like to invite Ugandans, number one, to watch leisure mismanagement. And I know that if I throw this question to you, you have many things you can bring to your mind about leisure mismanagement that has ruined many lives of young people, even of adults.
That's right.
Even old people who are married with children, they have entered leisure mismanagement because they've been attacked by these social media things. They've been attacked by lots of things.
In gossips. That's the women.
Mismanagement. Pay attention and repent and come out of it, and then go into a good leisure management for holistic growth, which means that leisure should be planned, leisure should be managed, leisure should be supervised, leisure should be measured for balance. Let me say those things again. Leisure should be planned. Schedule for the month, schedule for the week, schedule for the year. Leisure should be managed. The activity, how long, where, and who. Leisure should be supervised, especially for younger people, even for your spouse, maybe. And yes, leisure should be measured for balance. And finally, I'd like to invite Uganda to recognize that some leisure can actually become career, and so as you manage it with your children, my brother is very good at it with his children, doing chess. They are now on the world map in chess, doing swimming, doing tennis. So leisure can actually become career, mainline career. It can become a part-time career. It can open doors. It may not be someone's career, but leisure can open doors. There are people who have got scholarships because of sports, scholarships because of music, scholarships because of this activity. So leisure may not just be a Lionel Messi earning in millions of pounds. It may not be Bukayo Saka. And so on. But leisure can open doors, and you don't know how you ended up there. But it's leisure, the management of leisure, that brought you to that place. So it can become mainline career. It can become a career incentive, whether it's sports or music or even leisure management people. There are people, by the way, who are studying a degree from Chambogo University in leisure management. So for them, it's their career. They earn from it. We advertise. We want someone to manage our sports, and the guy brings their degree of leisure management. And some people, by the way, are going to earn money from leisure managed well. We are talking about the dangers of screens sometimes. But some influencers, they earn their living through that because they manage it well. They are not doing it uselessly. They are doing it purposefully, usefully. And so as we attend to our leisure, both at home and at school, this is a very important thing, a gift from God. And when managed well, it will build us. We will have the recreation both for ourselves and for the world around us. May God richly bless you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Engineer Dr. Emmanuel Mwesigwa, Director of Shoma Christian Academy, and we were looking into this beautiful and wonderful conversation that I believe has really inspired and has given you that knowledge, what you need to do. Just get to know that leisure management can be misused, and also it can be managed well for your purpose, for your success, creativity, to ensure that you become a success out of it. So for those who thought maybe leisure management, leisure, whatever it could be, has been taken in a certain way, but of course this information we have received, and I believe we shall have him the coming time to expand more on this topic or discussion, because it's broad. It's not just small how it is, but it's also very, very, very big and large for you guys to understand. Allow us to wish you a blessed Thursday. Next we're having a coffee break conversation. Still, I'll take you through as we discuss more of the elections, the post-elections, the presidential elections, and of course what happened, the voices of Ugandans and the way forward for Ugandans. See you then. Bye-bye.
Issues at hand.